See, it's still like, oh, there we go.
There it goes.
You are live.
User.
We're just waiting on people to come in and everything like that, so we'll give it a few seconds.
If you want to check it out on your phone and see if it sounds good.
Oh,
Or if
YouTube
it,
just notified me that,
yeah, YouTube notified me too.
that's dope.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit.
Hey, how's it going? It's Rotten Potatoes. We're just kind of testing out our volume on our channel here, making sure we're sounding good live. If we sound like shit, let us know. But otherwise,
I sound
we're
like
gonna
shit as usual. I
we're
mean,
gonna
but
record a podcast here. So
that's me. That was so cool that YouTube notified me. So that's
yeah,
dope.
it's
We
great.
have one viewer. It's probably me. It's probably exactly me.
We could probably go live on TikTok too if we wanted to.
See, that's what I was trying to figure out, but I didn't know how.
I think I can do it. Hold on. It'll just be me talking to you. It won't be.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be our first gauge. I don't know if Facebook went live.
Let's see. How do I go live on here? Do. It's unfortunate. I didn't test this out beforehand and learn what I'm doing here.
We're just waiting for people to pile in, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Where's the live thing on here? Never done this
I think it's. You find it?
No.
Uh,
So I go live. Oh, there it is. I found it.
where?
It's like if you go to like record a video, it's in there instead.
Oh, yeah, it's like all the way to the right. I see that. So our Facebook has not gone live yet, at least from what I can see. I don't know if it's
Update or
because.
something.
Yeah, it's not. At least on my end, it's not showing. Oh, I can hit view on Facebook. Oh, it's showing up. I guess it just didn't. It's not showing up on us because we control it. Maybe, I don't know. It's odd.
I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna look very good on here or not. On TikTok.
So it's working. So Facebook's working.
Okay.
Just not. Just odd, I guess. Okay.
All right, if I get comments on here, it'll be rough, but we'll do it.
Well, I wonder if you can just like prop it up against the.
But I have it up, like just like watching me, but
I have it up, just watching me.
I don't know how else to do it. I mean, you know, I guess it would
This
be
is
a lot
pretty.
of dead air if they can't hear you though too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's wait on that. I'll figure it out later.
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
We can
Don't
just
worry,
start it up
TikTok.
now then.
We'll be there.
We'll get to it, but
Yeah.
today's not the day.
So this is our first live podcast. We are kind of doing it at 11 o'clock at night, so it's a little bit later than usual. But I'm excited.
Get the night
We're
owls.
finally upgrading into the world,
Mm-hmm.
so it's super nice. But yeah, so I guess we will get our life started and see where we go.
Yeah.
So welcome to Rotten Potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I think it's my turn actually.
All right, well let's go.
Welcome to Rotten Potatoes, the Forest.
And Bryce, and we're here to ruin your favorite movies, TV shows, and video games.
This week we're doing The Suicide Squad.
Yes, sir.
Not to be confused with the original one that wasn't super great.
I know. So when I was looking it up, I realized the difference between the two movies is Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad. Because I was like, shouldn't this be like Suicide Squad 2? But nope, it's just the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So I thought that was odd. It was different. I think Amanda Waller, which is Viola Davis, who she is an amazing actress. I appreciate her quite a bit. I like the shit that she's in. And then obviously Harley Quinn, which is what's her name? Yeah, Margot Robbie. And then the Captain Flag or Colonel Flag, Joel Kinnaman. I think really there's the three that came over from the original Suicide Squad movie. I think the rest is pretty much new faces.
I mean,
I know like Captain Boomerang
for a second, yeah, but like not long for either.
Yeah, movie. So okay, so let's already dive in.
Yeah.
It shows the first shot, and it's got Savant, which is, Michael Rooker. I'm not really a big fan of him just because in The Walking Dead he was just such a POS. I just didn't like him.
Right.
And he was so flamboyant. So I was like, okay, that'll work. I understand. Captain Boomerang came back. I was excited. And then Javelin I thought was a little bit weird, but I was like, that's fine. But the moment I saw Pete Davidson, Blackguard, I was like, I am not going to enjoy this movie at all.
I was laughing. I was like, I know he's dead so fast, but it's going to be funny. And it was. It was great.
Which I was excited because I cannot stand Pete Davidson.
Yeah, I love Pete Davidson. So I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I'm so happy he's in this. It's funny. Because I knew it was a cameo because it was like, he's going to die in 2 seconds because of Suicide Squad. But, like, it was still great to see him in it. So there's a lot of people in this that I didn't realize were in it. So
yeah, I mean there was a good chunk. And then like when I saw Weasel, I was like, it was odd. But I was like literally like when I was first watching it, I was very annoyed. I was like, I'm not gonna sit through and watch all of this.
But he also dies in the beginning too. So
yeah.
Right when Pete Davidson did, only to learn later on that he is alive.
Which, not gonna lie, that fight scene was kind of dope.
On the beach?
Just yeah. Well, I forgot about because I've been watching a lot of Marvel movies lately and like Marvel TV shows and stuff, and it's like it's very like family friendly and family orientated.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I saw like Pete Davidson's face just explode, I was like, oh, this is DC. This is the ride that I'm about to get into. So I thought, that was pretty dope. And then like TDK, his arms were just floating, just getting nailed. I thought that was pretty funny. Trying to think, how did Captain Boomerang just got shot up and he died?
He got so when the helicopter exploded, he got
shattered
with like the parts of the trees and stuff, the shrapnel, and that's what
that part was pretty sick. Now that I think about it, yes, because like you don't think about that.
And the weird
when you're like watching a movie or playing games or anything.
Jumped in the helicopter and spun it in circles, and it was
very odd.
It's a cluster fight for sure.
Yeah, because I was like, are we seriously just all gonna die in the beginning? And then I was like low key kind of happy when I thought like Harley Quinn was gonna die, because like I love Harley Quinn as a whole, but I just don't like her character all that much. Like I didn't watch Birds of Prey or anything. I just was not.
But that was because not a fan of the first Suicide Squad movie not being great. Because I was like,
see, the first Suicide Squad movie was pretty amazing. I think it was a lot darker and a lot more serious. Like it was more in like the Zack Snyder type realm of DC darkness.
It's kind of a hot pile of garbage for me.
No, it's honestly. The only thing that was a hot pile of garbage was the Joker. Can't stand the Joker. Joker was trash. I mean,
just the whole thing, honestly, for
me
was
not it's pretty good. It was really good. And the sadness was that Will Smith was supposed to be in this one, but because scheduling conflicts with recording, he wasn't. But then you look at it, and they postponed so much production. They should have done something to get him in.
Maybe he didn't want to be in it.
Yeah, could be
the first one.
No, it was so good. I'm not hearing that slander anymore.
We're just on opposite ends of the spectrum on that one, but
yeah, absolutely. So then so you have that going on, which I haven't seen a preview in it for a long time. Like I watched like the preview, like what was it, like pre-COVID or pre-pandemic, like when they're originally like announcing the movie.
I don't remember because I when it started to come out, I was not super interested in it. Like I said, because I didn't appreciate the first movie, so like I didn't think about it much. But then I heard a lot about it recently, just now, because they were releasing it on HBO or whatever. So
yeah.
What's weird is like I went to go watch it on HBO, and it didn't even pull up as like one of the main titles on there right now. Like you had to go search into it and find it. It's so weird.
See, mine was like shown on the homepage. Like it was the very first thing when I opened it up.
Yeah, it was nowhere near it. It's crazy.
That's probably because of what you watch. I watch a lot of DC stuff on
Could be
HBO. because HBO has a good variety of DC stuff, like Titans and there's another TV show on there that's pretty good. That's like I think it's made by HBO. But anyways, so then you have like Blackguard, which is he of course is a weasel. Not to talk shit on the actual weasel, but that he went to go rat his own team out to hopefully get Xavier and Salvation, and he got lit up, which very Pete Davidson-esque. Anyways,
very funny.
So that happens, and then I was like, wow, this movie is literally over before it starts. And then you pop in and you have the real squad.
I mean, if you see any of the previews, you know that like the majority of that squad shouldn't be alive after the first 5 minutes of the movie anyways, because that's not who's in the trailer of the whole movie, right? So
see, I think that's where I messed up, because I mean I watched it a year ago and I didn't rewatch it, the trailer.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it goes in, and King Shark I'm pretty sure is a lot smarter than what the movie is, but he is definitely my favorite out of all of them.
He's a good character.
He's kind of dope. And so that, they get in on the side of the beach, everything's all fine and dandy and whatnot. And then they go and they camp the first night, which I thought was so odd, because like, you're camping, there could be like soldiers all around you, like no one's posting watch
thing to do.
So I was like, okay, odd,
I didn't get
very
that.
odd. And so, and then King Shark, or Nawe, eats the Ratcatcher too, which I thought was so funny. Like Sebastian was like, hello. Like,
tried to, and then Bloodsport stopped it. But
yeah, he shot the shit out of him, which I was just so upset that, like, because I was reading something on Twitter like the day of that I watched Suicide Squad, and like people are like trying to like roast millennials who are like clearly like Zennials. They're not like our age group at all. And like they're sitting there like, oh, those damn millennials, like they're causing issues and all that stuff. It's like, that's not even us. It's like, we're old now. Like, we're not like young kids anymore. It's like these boomers are always like, millennials this, millennials that. And so like when they're like talking to the Ratcatcher, oh, you just millennials just sleep in all the time and sleep, you millennials. Because that's what they were saying when she was sleeping. They had to wake her up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of millennials getting called.
That just kind of flows over me.
20. I don't know. It just it annoys me so much.
Doesn't bother me. But like, what I also thought was hilarious was the polka dot dude woke up and like went and like purged his polka dots out of himself, and like came back just fine. It was such a weird thing that just happened out of nowhere, because he was like all puffed up and crazy, and you learned later that it would have killed him if he doesn't purge him out, But
yeah,
and he's just such a weird character to like. He just like shoots out his polka dots and they like melt everything, like no matter what it is.
Yeah, and in the movie, yeah, he's slightly different, and he obliterates. Like, he is, if you think about it, if you look at all of them, with his abilities that he has, technically, I feel like he is the strongest.
Right, because it's like an interdimensional bacteria or something that his mom infected all of his brothers and sisters with, and some of them died, some of them didn't. But like, he's like a glass cannon, right? Like, he's super powerful, but he also gets squashed like a bug later in the movie. So like,
also known as Aaron Rodgers.
It's just such a bad balance of a character. He's like super lopsided, like he's not able to hold up against anything except for shooting his little dots out.
It's valid. But yeah, and like, I don't know, I guess I just didn't realize like the whole starfish being a starfish. Like, I knew it was going to be a starfish, but I didn't think it was going to be that huge.
I saw a weird TikTok before I watched it, and it was like somebody 3D printing the starfish and a bunch of tiny ones, and I was like, it's such a weird thing to do. Like, it's so odd.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, that's
exactly what it is.
God.
So that's dope. The Ratcatcher is kind of cool and whatnot, but so then they go grab up Colonel Flag. Right? Isn't it Flag? Isn't it?
Yeah, because he's with the freedom fighters that they obliterate.
Dude, I thought that was probably the best part of the whole movie because they're sitting there just silently killing, like slaughtering all these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how Peacemaker's like, I don't kill unless it's for peace. I kill for peace. But when they had their little like dick measuring contest between the two, where he would shoot one and then he would shoot one and he would shoot one.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't count. Non-lethal. Exploding dart. Wait for it.
I feel like he's probably my least favorite character though.
Peacemaker?
Yeah, I just didn't like him.
Oh, he's one of my favorite.
But I also like, I just don't. I just have a hard time liking John Cena as an actor. I don't know what it is. It's just, I just don't think he's a super great actor. I don't know. I know
What
that
else has he been in?
Like he's talented in a lot of other things, but like
he started out acting.
I don't know, man. It's just not my cup of tea, I guess.
I'm trying to think what other movie he's been in, but I liked him in that. I liked him in this. Thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Bloodsport.
I like Bloodsport. He's cool.
He's been in a lot of movies
and stuff. Yeah, I mean, he was also in The Office.
Oh yeah, he was a bad person in The Office.
He's been in a lot of action movies. I mean,
he was a villain in The Office.
So, but I mean, I like Ratcatcher honestly as a character. She's pretty cool.
Yes,
really
very cool concept.
Odd, and then I think Taika Waititi is her dad in the movie, so that's kind of cool. But
I didn't even realize that.
You only see him for like a minute or two, maybe. But like, I didn't realize it until like the last scene where like he talks to her like when she's a kid or whatever. Yeah. Like, oh, if rats have a purpose, then everybody has a purpose, you know. So that's kind of cool. But
which, that was like, I think that was like one of the most powerful statements in the whole movie.
Oh yeah, and it was because
it was really
throwback of this scene with her and her dad. You know, it wasn't even a part of like the actual like plots of the movie. Like it was like a separate entity for her storyline.
Like it was so odd because it was like right in the middle of a fight scene and just like zooms back. I was like, okay, like this is different. But like I know like Suicide Squad's supposed to be like Black Ops and supposed to do things that like the rest of the people wouldn't do, but I never once thought that like when they were like trying to overtake like Jotunheim that it was going to be like just to blow everything up regardless of what was going on and whatnot.
Right, because you go in there and then you immediately see all these people that have starfishes on their face or whatever, but at the same time like you learn that they're corpses anyways. They're not actually alive anymore. And
right, like when the starfish got pulled off that one face, and you just like see like the indentation of like, I was like, oh, this is a lot.
Well, you know what it reminded me of? The starfish reminded me of that Futurama episode where like the interdimensional being comes in and like wants to be with everyone, and it's like connected everybody's back of their neck or whatever.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Are they talking about like the mind slug?
And it wants everybody to love it or whatever. And I'm like, that's exactly what this is.
Yes. It was so dope, like because it would talk to you from like the different characters and stuff like that. Like, this is my city. Like, this is where, like.
Yeah, it was kind of sad at the end because like you hear him say like, all I wanted to do was float through space and look at the stars.
Yeah.
And then it dies, and it's like, y'all ripped it out of the solar system just to make it die here. Like, it's so messed up. Like, experiments ran on it for 30 years, and
so like I definitely thought it was odd, and I didn't catch it right away. But like when, because I don't think I caught it until like I realized it was the starfish talking. But in the beginning, like when they go down to the lab, and they're sitting there, and that one lady comes in that has a starfish on her face and sitting there like saying that you've experimented on me, you've done this, and it's like, and you've had your way with me. And then like the scientist is like, it is what it is. Like I thought he was like talking about like that girl, because I thought that girl was just talking. And then I realized it was the starfish, and I was like, that's odd. That's very odd. It was just like, why was that included? And then like King Shark, dude. So when he like made the little miniature Peacemaker, John Cena, I thought that was so great. And then like,
that's funny, yeah.
Then John Cena just ruined it. I mean, he like straight up was rude, and I didn't appreciate it because I thought it was pretty dope. And then when Milton dies, I thought that was probably one of the funniest parts of the movie. Milton? Who's Milton? We didn't have a Milton.
That was Milton.
Oh,
I don't
Milton.
remember a Milton. I think I remember that. It's a different name.
Oh, that part was great.
Dude, I thought the funniest part was when the weasel fell out of the ship in the water, and they were like, nobody checked to see if the weasel could swim. So they had to like pull him out of the water, and they thought he was dead because they thought he drowned. So funny.
Is that an Afghan hound?
Oh man, is this a dog? It might be a Wolverine or a werewolf. This is a werewolf. Get me out of here.
Yeah, that was pretty great. That was pretty great. Trying to think what other dude when King Shark dropped to the ground, I was like literally so sad. I was like, no, there's no way they're killing him.
Nah, he's
and then he ended up surviving, and then like the bullets were like blubber on him, just like the Hulk or something, just bouncing off of him, not really doing anything. So I was like, yes, he lives.
Right, which means those aliens' teeth are so sharp because
yes,
they were just
that part was too funny. He's like dumb friends.
Well, after that though, because like I thought like he was gonna be like friends, because earlier they're like friends don't eat friends, right? And then like his dumb friends tried to eat him, and I was like, oh, he's gonna forget all about that. And he's gonna start eating people. Like friends eat friends.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Bruce when I saw that.
Bros.
Fish all friends, not food. Bruce. But yeah, like that part was, and then that part was actually really sad too, because he was like, "Oh, my friends are with me," and then they just like, and just like started like eating the shit out of him. I was like, "Damn." But that was pretty cool scene right there. It's just so odd that like Bloodsport should have been murdered, and so should have Harley Quinn. Like when they were hanging, you know, any guns that were on them, like just shooting at them.
Yeah, they're shooting from a little ways away, and he's wearing armor. I think
we're not shooting muskets. We're shooting some M16s. It should have made its way through.
You'd think so, but there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
It's like
I loved how like
a building falling down on top of you, so it's kind of hard to like focus on shooting somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I did think it was funny because like you see the crumbling and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, your idiot friends set it off too soon," and then it's like 8 minutes earlier, and it shows that Polka Dot accidentally set it off. I was like, "Damn it, Polka Dot! That was meant to be something else."
I wasn't ready for them to kill off Flag. I didn't think they were gonna do it, and they did it.
But he's not dead. Did you watch the end credits?
Yeah, that was Peacemaker that was alive, not him.
Oh, that was Flag. Whoops.
Yeah.
Shows how much I pay attention that well. I don't see faces, I guess.
Yeah, I was pretty upset because I was like, I care less if Peacemaker's alive.
See, Peacemaker's dope.
If it was Flag, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, it was very odd, especially because he came from the first one. So, like, the fact that they just
Harley Quinn and then the
Viola Davis, Amanda Waller,
or whatever, you know?
Amanda Waller.
So,
yeah, so then they go, and the town gets taken over, which I thought was a pretty dope fight scene. Not gonna lie, like, as much as like the DC storyline isn't all that great, I think the fight scenes were pretty cool in this movie.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
And Polka Dot imagining the starfish being the mom, and then just like slamming the building. I probably laughed way too hard at that.
Him seeing his mom the whole time was such a weird, odd thing throughout the movie, because like he sees her on everyone. Like everyone is his mom, except like no, there's nobody that's not. So like when he's dancing at the bar, like it's all his mom around him dancing, and it's him dancing. You know, it's such a weird.
I thought it was great. And then like when they did the Suicide Squad, and like the King Shark, he's also the mom. And it's just a King Shark's body, but just her face. Like that was so great. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought they kept that joke running throughout it all. Like it'd been funny like if they did it like once and like kind of made that joke once, but like they kept hitting on it. And I thought that was great that they just kept going around and kept it going. Then like he just tore through the leg like it was nothing. Like I don't know why he didn't like go higher or do something else.
I just
And
don't think he was very good as a hero or whatever. I just think he's kind of doing what he can, like
yeah.
he's a character that's like, oh, I'm gonna do the obvious thing that's in front of me. He's not like a character to think ahead and be like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot at his eye because then he can't see and he can't do anything or whatever. Like, he's
Well,
just
I
kind of
think that
like,
was plot armor.
"Rah."
I think because Harley Quinn's like, I probably know what to do with this javelin.
Well, yeah, but it's also like I think that's his character. It just doesn't think more than like in front of him. So
Yeah, but it was so sad when he was like, I'm a hero, like I'm finally a hero, and then
dead.
boom. Like, damn it, Polka Dot. Damn it.
Yeah.
But I guess it is what it is. It is what it is.
Smashed.
And so, you have your little rat formation go up, and then Harley Quinn, as soon as I saw like that little like bridge thing, I was like, oh, well, she's definitely gonna run off that and slam it. And then when she like gets into the water, like I thought that was dope because it was like an ocean within itself. His eyeball.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was just gonna be the end. I thought they were just gonna slam the and then it was gonna die and be whatever. But then the rats make it through the hole, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
all the
like I was
rats
starting to crawl.
climb into the eye and start chewing inside of it and stuff, and yeah, it's pretty.
That was a pretty
rough.
good slaughter fest there. I mean, that was tough.
Yeah.
And then and then he goes down, and then it's like all I want to do is fly in space, like you said earlier, which was super sad.
Yeah, it was like so weird because it's like it got brought there to be experimented on, and then it didn't even want to be there in the first place,
Right, and it was so small in the beginning, so small.
Yeah, it was such. I thought it was really awkward whenever like it would like shoot out the little starfish on the side of it. Like it looked so weird when it happened. It was just shooting out all these little things out of its like armpit, It was just goofy.
It was like hundreds of thousands too. They were just floating.
Yeah, like enough to take over the whole city. But I also like. I thought it was really dumb when like rat catchers like cover your face or whatever, and like all they were doing was like this, and I'm like, okay, why isn't everybody else doing that? Like,
Right.
What? It's so stupid.
And the fact that like King Shark just kept getting hit in the face.
Right, because
that was like the best
part.
Do to
him,
He just kept slapping him and hitting him in the face. But yeah, it was literally like if that was all you needed to do, then everyone could have easily just went like this.
Yeah, because like she was the only one that was wearing a mask, really. I mean, like the rest of them were like, "Oh no."
Yeah, because they conveniently all lost their masks right before this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was dumb, but yeah, and then like, so this time like you see like Bloodsport like pull out a gun, here and there, but when that final fight scene and he's sitting there like pulling off of his chest, pulling off of his arm, like getting like you saw every single gadget that he had, and I thought that was pretty dope, just because, every time that he like threw something on his gun, it was like the laser, Bobazer, phaser, mazer from Munchkins, the card game. Where it just keeps adding on to it and just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I thought that was pretty cool. They were able to like showcase him and like show that he was pretty cool.
Feel like he was basically an upgraded version of Will's character in the first movie.
Deadshot?
Yeah. Like it's the same character with like upgrades.
I mean, they're like
It's the same storyline too. It's like, oh, we're sending you here because we have stuff on you.
And your daughter.
Okay, cool. Like same storyline. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, great.
Yeah, it was very odd. But yeah, I would say, yeah, I guess he's somewhat upgraded, but he's got the cooler face mask and stuff and whatnot.
Literally the one from Halo Reach. The
like Emilio? Is that what you're thinking?
I don't remember his name, but like it's basically a whole dome.
Yeah,
like,
Emilio.
Yeah. And then one.
He's my favorite Halo Reach character
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's my favorite.
That's immediately what it reminded me of. That's dope.
And the fact that he was like able to put it on to like swim and like cover up debris, like it was a very huge multifunctional mask.
It's very cool until it got smashed.
Yeah.
It's useless. But
and then it just dropped and just went away.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it kind of ended the exact same way that the first one did, because like Amanda Waller was like, okay, like go back to jail, and everyone's like, no.
Yeah, it's kind of a very lazy plot, I guess.
Right. In the fact, though, I think we just totally bypassed that. Like, so Amanda Waller is like sitting there like turn now or you're gonna die, and like flips up the switches, gets it all, and then just boom, right in the head.
Yeah.
Gets
The staff
nailed.
takes over. It's a mutiny.
Yeah. 100% immunity. And then she oversees. Who does she oversee, or who does she have them oversee at the very end?
Peacemaker. It's the big guy that was the computer, and the blonde that was also the computer.
Oh, and they're like, oh, she's just doing this because she's mad at us.
Right, we're stuck here with this asshole, and yeah.
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 Okay, because I knew it, but I forgot it.
It wasn't even the lady that hit her. It was
yeah.
people that were running the computers. I guess they helped them at the end, but
and you get some goddamn satellites up.
It's like, damn it, Frank, or whoever his name was. Like,
Frank's a great name. Frank's always the name that gets in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then essentially like because they're super villains, they're like, oh, we're we're gonna do what we want.
There's also like the weird Harley Quinn storyline that just takes off out of nowhere, and she gets captured, and then like the president of the country wants to marry her because the people love her because she's a rebel and all this stuff. And
yeah, it was very odd. It was very, very, very odd. And then like how he like just comes out of the pool and he's like, sorry, I'm so underdressed compared to you. And it's like, okay.
And she just murders him. It's like, okay.
I know when she shot, like I was like, I just like sat there.
I wasn't that surprised because like I thought like, well, eventually she's gonna be like, oh, I came here to do this, and then she's just gonna kill him, But
red flags, red flags, red flags.
Killing children is red flags.
Oh, speaking of that, did you hear like why the weasel was in jail?
Yeah, he killed 27 kids or something.
Yeah,
or ate them or something. Yeah,
that was like so like brushed by. I was like,
well, as soon as he got back up at the end of the movie, I was like, he's gonna go eat some more kids. Like,
that's exactly what I thought. I was like, he's gonna wander into a village and just slaughter it.
Right. He's just gonna be like, what the heck is that thing?
Yeah. And then like when he just shot him, I was like, oh shit. And it took him way too long to respond. I thought that they would like be out the door. So if something were to happen there, boom, go get him.
It's not unusual to hear gunshots there. I don't know. I don't know the country very well,
Poor country. But yeah, I mean, trying to think if there's anything that we didn't cover because I completely forgot about the Harley Quinn odd storyline. That
I think that's like the only thing we brushed over, really.
Who are you guys? Why are you guys here? To save you? What?
Right.
Oh, you guys had such a good plot. I can go back up there.
Murdered everyone. And that was weird. Like they built more storyline between her and Flag just to kill him off.
Yeah, they definitely did.
I thought that was strange to do that.
See, I think I saw something about that. They were already greenlit for another Suicide Squad movie.
Well, I mean, this one was a lot better than the last one, in my opinion, because I mean,
I think it was good.
It was just done better overall.
Wasn't as dark.
And the cast was a pretty high up cast. They had a lot of people that were just cameoed, like Sylvester Stallone was King Shark.
Yeah.
And Nathan Fillion was the TDK or whatever. There's just a lot of people in there and like Pete Davidson on the beach for like 2 seconds. But there's a lot of people that were, I feel like, wanting to be a part of it more than wanting to get paid for it, which was kind of cool.
It's like a Star Wars thing.
It's like a Star Wars movie. Like people like want to be a part of it and to like take no pay just to be in it. So
yeah, just get ready to get killed off immediately, type deal. Yeah,
and I feel like that's a good sign for a movie because I mean.
Oh yeah, and then you had James Gunn directed, which he was the one that did Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. And stuff like that. So he's kind of known for doing that. And they even said that like because he got fired because some old tweets, because he was a comedian back in the day. He got fired from Marvel. So then he got hired to do Suicide Squad. And then I think after it got wrapped up, Marvel hired him back on to do another Guardians of the Galaxy movie and some other stuff. Yeah. So I think he definitely won out of everyone.
Yeah. Fair. But I mean, I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be because going in, I thought it was just going to be terrible because I didn't watch Birds of Prey for the same reason. I was just like,
no, Birds of Prey was trash.
The first Suicide Squad just wasn't good for me. So like I was like, Birds of Prey won't be good. This won't be good. But
I think I'm just a diehard Heath Ledger fan, so I think that's the reason why I didn't like Birds of Prey or the first Suicide Squad, because
probably
that Joker was not great. I don't like him at all. I don't like that portrayal. I don't like the actor. I don't like anything about that Joker.
That's how I really feel.
That's why you listen.
True.
But yeah, I think that wraps it up for this week.
Yep.
We have a whole new special thing. We are now affiliated with Buzzsprouts, and so if you guys have listened through a good chunk of our podcast and kind of had fun and thought about maybe doing it yourself, we'll post the link in the description on the podcasts, on Facebook, YouTube, pretty much wherever you get this, and then also a comment on the live stream of the link that you can follow. And then if you sign up for one of the paid tiers, you will get a $20 gift certificate to Amazon. So it'd be kind of cool. You get to start your own podcast, and you get to get paid for it. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think you should let us know if you do, so then we can subscribe and listen and help build your network up, just like you built ours. So
yep. But
yeah,
that's all. So tune in next week and we'll spoil something new. Thanks, guys.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
There, commented it.
There's a comment. All right, cool.
Yeah, I thought I had it copied and pasted. My bad.
All right. See ya.
Yep. See ya.